Hello, hello, hello. It is working now, yes. I, good. Um, the, can you hear me okay? I think so. He hasn't come back yet. I don't think so. Well, there's 4 people in the room. I don't know who all is here. So we'll find out if he's back or not. The problem I'm having, as usual, when it's a computer and a camera and YouTube and everything else, who knows where the problem is. But what I did was I had an extension cord on my camera, and I took the extension cord off and plugged it in, and it worked fine without the extension cord. So it just might mean the extension cord went bad. So I don't know who else is here, but we will find out if anyone else wants to come in. I just wanted to show you brush your teeth while she shits. That's what his name. Wanted to see some of the drawings I do with the pens I have. Oh, okay. Caboose juice. Okay. So here's the thing to click on. And I think the extension cord that my camera was hooked up to was not working. But if you want to join, you may. I might have some drawings I can show you here that I draw with my fountain pens. So, oh, okay. Add to stream. There you are.
Hello.
Hello. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab a couple of drawings that I do with my pens, and I will be right back. But I'm going to aim this down. I'm sort of afraid to turn this camera on because I don't want it to stop again. So I'll be right back. God damn it.
These were all quite crappy drawings, but another thing I did when I got into the pens and the inks was this is a notebook, my work notebook, but another thing I did was get some brushes. I quite enjoy using ink with brushes. So this is just a
Well, we'll find some more here. Here's I'm on this YouTube site that likes old pocket watches, so I've been doing a lot of little tiny drawings of pocket watches. Oh wow, aggressive lettering.
Yeah.
Let me just show you here a few. Boy, you're a journal keeper too. Looks like.
No, it's just like my desk, like my desk notebook that I used to do work with, just make notes or whatever. So
okay,
if I do end up, yeah.
Let me. So here's this pen here is. Am I right side up or upside down? I'm upside down. So let me see if I can turn this so it is right side up. So your name is spelled C-A-L-E-B?
K-A-L-U-M.
K-A-L-U-M. Calum. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought someone said Caleb. So, okay, Calum. C-K-A-L-U-M.
It's a nuisance name.
Huh?
I said it's a nuisance name.
Nuisance? So this nib here is from 1920. And has a nice flexible line.
It's a lot of techers.
So it's, the pressure that I apply will make the line squiggle and get bigger. It's Mighty Mouse wants me to show you the fish that I do. And it's not Caleb, it's Callum.
Yeah. Mighty
Mouse. I mean, so here's this nib here, Callum, is from 1880, and it's a gold nib, and it's very, very flexible. So it's really quite wet and fun.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the ink that it's plopped down.
With such an old nib, how do you stop it from rusting? What do you do?
Well, it's gold. It's 14 karat gold.
Oh, so it won't.
So it won't rust. And I buy these at antique shops. I've been buying pens for 30 years, so it's been a long time of looking for these things. But I really love pens and how they draw mainly. I also do a little bit of calligraphy, but it's the pens the nibs that they have that are just so amazing. This one's really, really fine. I guess I'm off camera here. This one I could probably draw maybe 80 lines within an inch width because it's so fine. Oops, out of focus. Come on, get in focus. Yes, Mighty Mouse, it's Callum.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're just really, really fun to play around with. But your word game sounds like it would be fun. I'll have to see if I can come up with fun words.
Well, I play it on the phone at like 5 a.m. But then it's also like it can be like it's a fortnight long text exchange as well. It can be that.
One of the games I like to play, which you might enjoy as well, it's a word game kind of. Oops. But you pick letters at random out of a Scrabble bag or something. So let's say it's an F and a D and an O and an I and a M and a S. But it can be, 10 letters long. And everyone has these same letters. And you make a sentence using the letters. That first word has to start with an F. The second word has to start with a D. And it has to follow the rules of proper sentence structure. You need a verb and a noun and stuff. And it's really fun to see how different people come up with such different sentences. It's just another fun word game that I think is pretty cool to play. So try that one out.
How'd you pick the letters for a Scrabble bag?
Well, I initially did it where there was one person that was the moderator. And I just grabbed a magazine or a book off the shelf and I picked a sentence at random and I just read off the first letters in that sentence. And then people wrote it down, and in 5 minutes or so, everyone read their sentences, and then I would read the original sentence. So it's really, really fun. So try it out with with 4 people, maybe. I think you need 4 to make it work well. So we could ask the people in the room here what they'd like. So if your letters were F, D, O, I, M, S. F, D, O, I, M, S. And again, it has to be a sentence that follows normal grammar, and so we could start it out with people in this room that are often here. Their initials just happen to be FD, so I could say Frederick Deal something 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 something, or I could say first Daryl ordered something something something. So I mean, it's just really fun to see how different these sentences can be. But quite often you'll find if there's some weird letters, a Q or a K or things that aren't used very often the words that people choose are the same. And just because that's what came into their head. Like if it was a K, it could be the word kid or kitchen, because that's sort of the first thing that comes into mind. You have to use them in that order, Marilyn. So F, D, O, I, M, S. So what are you thinking, Callum? Well, Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse's sentence is pretty funny. Fish don't overly initiate motherly songs. No, I guess they don't. They just eat. Oh, fostering dogs outside moderately successful. Outside is moderately successful. That's not bad, Frederick.
Famished dogs only ingest
meat. Meat
substitute.
Only ingest meat
Substitute.
Succulently.
Yeah.
It is fun on this game when you actually have a sentence that has 10 or 12 letters in it. You really start getting car sick because it's like your brain starts to malfunction. But when you have a really long sentence, you can throw punctuation and parentheses in there all the time. So Frederick, parentheses, Dominican order, in parentheses, impaled Mother Superior. So you could, you can sort of have fun with that. Throwing middle names is always handy too. You have lots of letters to use up.
I think there would be a skill in making the sentence sound natural, like fire
Well,
destroys oil.
That is tough, but usually when I end up reading the actual sentence from the book that I took it from, it might have been a Dickens story or something, which is just a convoluted sentence that is beautiful, but it's not like a sentence you hear spoken on a TV show. You know, it's much more complicated than that. So, but it's a fun game. I was just thinking with your word game, it might be a fun thing to come up with those letters.
I'll try it out with my my game buddy.
Okay, and you know, it's just adding another level of stuff to it. So I'm going to look at your channel, which I subscribe to. I think it's still on my phone here, channel 69. So I'll see. Oh, I see it's Chanel 69. That's why you called it that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Chanel. It's not channel.
It's channel, but
it's channel.
The,
but
the logo is a play on the.
Oh, okay, a play on Chanel 65. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward. My nephew loved. I don't know if he still does, but he loved when he was in high school collecting different scents that he would wear. I've never been perfume.
How old is he now?
Scent person myself, but it is interesting.
How old is he now?
He's 26 maybe, or 27. Not really sure. I should know my nephew's age, but I don't. He lives out of his van, and he works at a hotel in Utah where it's a hotel about skiing, and he's a rock climber and a skier, so very outdoorsy. So I don't think that maybe the scent would be as important to him as he's sweating bullets climbing mountains. So that's Marilyn Darling wants to join us here, so I'll be right there. Marilyn?
I just wanted to say that there was a joke about scents about Marilyn Monroe. She always said that she wore Chanel No. 5 to bed, and a person asked her, "So that's the only thing you have on?" And she says, "Oh no, silly, I have the radio on."
I like that. That's very good. Well, I think you have to not punch her in the face for killing herself, because she still was funny. So, Callum, I started this little game today. I have this old guest book from 1907. Oh, not that one. 1907, and I was just looking at the handwriting that people wrote, and from 1907 till 1956, people from all over the world visiting this house in Florence, Italy. And I just was thinking, and I asked people in my room if they could invite 6 or 8 people to dinner. And they can be people that are alive or dead, or from completely different histories and places. Who would they be? And that was a fun little thing too, because some people, Marilyn brought people she could punch in the face to dinner. She wanted to punch a few people in the face and hug people, and other people brought philosophers and artists. And so maybe I'll ask you that question. You don't have to ask. You don't have to answer now, but it might be something. It's another fun little game to play while you're
I'm pretty good at answering things off the cuff.
Okay.
So,
well, let me get your guest list out here. I'll add it to my list of people here. So hold on one second while you. And it could be 6 or 8.
Would you need to know they all need to be famous? So it couldn't.
They don't have to be famous.
Okay.
You can invite your grandfather or whoever you want. So you start with Callum.
I'd invite my friend Timmy, Timi.
Okay, Callum.
Because she's the one I play the word games with.
Okay, Timmy.
I'd end up talking to her about it anyway, so I'd have to invite her.
Okay, good. Okay.
I'd invite
Callum and Timmy. This is going to be upside down, but that's okay.
I'd invite.
They could be, musicians, movie stars, philosophers, political leaders. Parker,
Just please don't invite Donald Trump because it's going to be a catastrophe.
Parker, who was on here earlier, wanted to invite Hillary Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, Mrs. Trump, Melania Trump, and Stormy Daniels, and just watch the fireworks. So,
I like films a lot, so I'd invite Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, well, Marilyn?
I think that was another one that I invited.
Alfred. Okay. Well, yeah. Alfred Hitchcock. Okay, you'll have to give him a big chair.
The guy was afraid of riding in cars.
Oh no!
And he only took public transportation because he was afraid of riding in cars.
That's very funny.
Hilarious. So they always got him. He was in a cameo in all of his movies, and he was always caught getting on a bus.
Well, he wasn't always on a bus, but he was on a bus on a couple of them.
Yeah.
Callum, you have either three or you have either 3 or 5 more. If you have a dinner party for 6 or 8.
I'd like to drink wine, so I'd invite somebody fun.
What do you are you in school? Are you studying things or?
No, I'm like 35 and I do like audiovisual work, mainly editing.
Okay. Oh, cool. Well, you look younger than 35.
Yeah, I know.
So audio, are there any audio people in your industry that you admire?
Audiovisual, like editing, so that's why I put like Hitchcock.
Okay.
Because I talked to him about filmmaking.
Frederick says you don't look a day over 20.
I was gonna say you look very young. I'm 38. You don't look anywhere near me.
And
I'm 64, so you can use me as the old person in the room. So
I say after 21, everyone's like, we're all like the same peer group. So it doesn't really matter after that.
Well,
I'd say about after 26, because a lot of people are still getting their shit together. But like after you get your shit together, people are pretty much the same.
Well, Callum, you don't have to answer all of these today. I know that we caught you on that.
I don't know why my mind's gone blank.
Well, it does do that when you are on the spot. I mean, you think all the time about people who you would like, and I would love to. I don't think I would be too frightened to have these people at my actual table, but if I was a waiter and was able to overhear them, it would be great to have Noel Coward and Cole Porter and the Algonquin group, that era, songwriters and musicians that I admire. But it's I did think of Richard Feynman. I thought he would be really, really fun at a party.
Yeah.
Because he's such a little. He seems like would be a nice mischief maker. He'd tie people's shoelaces together or something. Oh, Frederick wants Rowan Atkinson. I would lose he drives me crazy. I'll take any of the Monty Python people over Rowan Atkinson.
Oh man, Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. I would like Hugh Lowry. I think would be fun, and what's his name? The Stephen Fry. I think would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, he'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He seemed like he'd be one of those very serious people, but he'd make everyone in the room laugh.
Yeah. You know who I really would like to not maybe have in a dinner party, but just like to meet would be Alan Alda, who did, after he left MASH and after he was doing these science things for WGBH and educational TV, and he really seemed interested in what he was talking about. So I know who I'd want. The British naturalist. He's old now, quite old. Attenborough.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be fun.
David Attenborough?
Yeah. The one that's the naturalist.
I'd have Dr. Zeus.
Dr. Seuss?
Yeah, Dr. Seuss.
Oh, that's a great one. I want him too. Can I come to your party? I'll wait on the table for you. Dr. Seuss. Do you know the movie 10,000 Fingers of Dr. T?
No.
It was Dr. Seuss's only live action movie with real people. And it's just an amazing thing.
What's it called?
5,000 Fingers of Dr. T. And it stars, well, you won't know any of the stars because you're all too
1963. Hey, I like black and white movies.
This was in color.
Oh.
I'm going to ask if Frederick, no, do you know that movie, Frederick? 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T? Hans Conried was in it, and the little boy was played by the guy that played Timmy on Lassie, which is
right.
It was on reruns when I was a kid. So
this looks like kind of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory-ish.
It seems kind of like that, but it's a little darker.
Oh.
And but it's really fun. You'd love see if you can rent it, Marilyn. You'd love it. I think.
It's on YouTube.
Well, parts of it are. I don't think you can watch the whole thing.
I don't know. You can find just about anything on YouTube.
Well, I don't think you can anymore because I tried to find it for Russell. Oh. So Dr. Seuss is a great one, Callum.
I'd invite Nigella Lawson as well.
Who?
Nigella Lawson. She's a British TV chef.
Oh, Lawson. Okay. How do you spell the first name?
Nigella.
Oh, Nigella.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if she's a guest, she's going to be very critical about the food that you serve.
That's it. She's a bit fun, and she's pretty easy on the eyes.
Okay, good. Easy on the eye and kind of fun. Okay, good.
Yeah. She's like a British institution. It's like everybody knows who she is.
Well, you've got one more for 6. Frederick is saying that 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T is more like Clockwork Orange dark. I think that's...
I've never seen Clockwork Orange either.
Actually, Stanley Kubrick would be interesting to meet. I don't know if he'd be a good dinner guest, but I really love his movies. Joshua says, indeed, Nigella would be easy on the eyes if I was into girls, he says. Joshua does. Mighty Mouse says Stanley Kubrick, too, would be a good. Well, let me just see. So you have 2 civilians, Callum. You've got you and your friend Timmy. You have a producer, a chef, a children's book author. I think you need to make it, to round it out. You've got many of the arts and the senses. I think you need a musician. I think there has to be you have a singer or a. Otherwise, if there's 2 movie makers, then they'll hog the whole conversation. So
they perform at dinner?
Well, it could be a picnic. You don't have to think about it being a dinner. I mean,
Yeah, somebody to play the spoons, I guess.
Okay.
So somebody percussive.
What was that awful British guy with the teeth that played the ukulele in all those black and white movies? Fromby. You don't want to invite him.
George Formby.
George Fromby. You don't want him. I mean, he might have been a nice guy, but
see the shallow man in me just wants to pick like a beautiful woman again.
Okay, well, how about a beautiful woman singer? You can be as shallow as you want there. Shallow is good.
That's a bad first impression. I just I'd pick Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt, okay.
Yeah, I'd pick Eartha Kitt.
Oh, she's hilarious.
She sang. She acted. She was an actress, but she also recorded songs as well.
Eartha Kitt.
She was in a movie called Boomerang, and she was like a troublesome character. So she was like an eccentric character. So she might bring some of that to the dinner.
Good. Well, that's great. Well, thank you. Now we've got another dinner party. I'm trying to think of Elaine Stritch might be a lot of fun at a party.
Who's that?
She just died a couple of months ago, or maybe a year ago. She was a singer and Broadway person. Frederick, tell us who Elaine Stritch. She was really ballsy and worked up until the day she died, I think.
Oh yeah, she'd be feisty.
Yeah. She
always played the feisty one in the movie.
Yeah, she'd be really quite good, I think. Elaine Stritch, is that right?
Yep.
Marty Mouse said Big Bird.
Oh, if we're going comical characters, Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck would be hilarious.
Maybe Lara Croft, but like the pixelated one.
Pixelated Lara.
Yeah.
Here's 7 great one-liners with Elaine Stritch. So let's see if any of these are good. You'll at least see what she looks.
Oh my God, I wouldn't pay attention to that shit for $1 million.
You are one of the leading ladies of Stephen Sondheim. He tweets you as a muse.
As a what?
An inspiration.
I see. You have it your way.
I have to go on Google now. Okay. 2 people do it, and they
would you be quiet?
Why do you wear such fabulous eyeglasses?
Because I'm fabulous.
But anyway, she's fun. She's fun. Oh, Bert and Ernie. We want Bert and Ernie says, well, Mighty Mouse is going into the cartoon character, which makes only sense with her name. So anyway, well, thank you, Callum, for this. I have to talk to my neighbor here who just, you keep talking, you guys. I just need to, my neighbor just texted me about needing a postage stamp. So let me see if I can find one.
Yeah, that's fun. I always thought having people like Marilyn Monroe would be fun to have at a party.
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe and Betty Davis. They'd be feisty. And Joan Crawford.
What's that lady? Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn.
Audrey or Catherine. Yeah. It'd be real fun. Let's see. Got a whole bunch of old movies. And Crawford, Marilyn Monroe. I'm trying to think. Dick Van Dyke would be fun. He'd make a fun addition. He makes TikTok now.
Really?
Yep. He's on TikTok. It looks terrible, but he's still kicking away. Let's see, Mary Poppins. Angela Lansbury.
She might be fun.
Yeah.
I like the pixelated whoever it was you wanted. I thought that would be a nice way to have someone appear at a dinner party where
Yeah, because they remember Lara Croft, the original version. She had large breasts, but they were just triangles. Because it was a bit low resolution.
Spike
chef.
Jones. Spike Jones would be. I think I would get a headache really quick if Spike Jones were at the dinner party. He was a musician in the 40s and 50s.
Oh.
And he wore, if you can imagine the most awful upholstery for furniture and had this guy make a suit out of them, that's what he would have. So, I mean, and he just was frenetic. He just could not shut up. His band was just crazy. And he was quite fun. All the goons.
Oh, and of course we have to invite Oprah Winfrey. She'll buy everyone a car.
Okay.
So, or you a taxi? Should you get a taxi?
I have to go get a stamp now for someone. So you keep talking. I'll be right back. I just have to go to the office.
Cool.
Okay. Let's see who else I was thinking of. What's that lady's name?
So you're really into Marilyn. I can see her over your shoulder now.
I got her all over my room.
I watched is it Gentlemen Prefer Blondes with the Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend?
Mm-hmm.
I watched that for the first time last year.
Don't you know that a man being rich is like a girl being pretty? You wouldn't want to marry a girl just because she's pretty. But my goodness, doesn't it help? And if you had a daughter, you wouldn't want her to marry a poor man. You want her to have the most wonderful things in the world and to be very happy. Well, why is it wrong for me to want those things?
Yeah.
That is the line that got me hooked to Marilyn Monroe.
Do you wear fragrance? Do you wear Chanel No. 5?
I do wear it. I don't have one on me, but it is my favorite. Right next to Hugo Boss Elements.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh man. Hugo Boss Elements. Cucumber Melon from Bath and Body Works.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my main jams right now. I don't have any Chanel No. 5 because I ran out of the bottle, and I don't keep things when they're empty. I just kind of toss them. That was a mistake. I tossed it right before COVID started, and then all of the malls are closed, and you can't buy it online because they don't want to send it for under $20 for shipping. Oh, hell, I can wait. Oh, where is it?
Yeah, Marilyn movies. Obviously, I knew some like It Hot. I watched that when I was young.
Oh, that's hilarious with Jack Nicholson.
Do you know what's a good movie? Yeah. And it's not. I don't think Marilyn's in it, but there's another lady in it who has a similar like disposition. It's is it The Girl Can't Help It? No, that's the song. I can't remember what the movie's called actually. Crap. It might be called The Girl Can't Help It.
Oh, a big old poster, big old life-size Marilyn. More posters down here. And then I got more posters over here. This one's kind of tricky because it's one of those 3D looking ones, and it looks like she's following you, which is kind of. I've got one behind my bookshelf. I have all these rooms. Got the Maryland collection. And then more movies.
She recorded music.
She was a singer, movie actress. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She did Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend and a couple others. So This Is Love.
What's your favorite of her like, musical recordings?
Definitely Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the name of the song is, but it was in. Hold on. Oh, God. Can't remember that. No Business Like Show Business. No Business Like Show Business. Gentlemen prefer blondes. Bus stop. 7-Year Itch. No, the one with Tony Curtis. What's it called?
Something Like It Hot?
Yeah, Some Like It Hot. Yep, that's it. Some Like It Hot. Oh, nope, that's not it either. It's like the Prince and the Showgirl or something. Yeah, the Prince and the Showgirl. She sings a song in that one. Who else would be fun to invite to a party? Mary Tyler Moore. I think she'd be fun to invite to a party. Who else? Oh, he went away. Let's move to that.
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just messing around.
Let's see. Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth. I think they would be both hilarious and adorable to look at. Let's see, who else is real fun? I think Jim Carrey would be fun, but he doesn't really do funny outside of video. At least not anymore. He used to be. And he got all artsy and serious. Okay, where are we? Let's see what the chat says. Wow.
Back.
I was going to say, did you fall in your death trap?
No, my neighbor wanted a stamp, and I had to go down to the office in the other building to find one. So,
Frederick has good fragrances.
What?
Frederick is listing his fragrances for his son. A bit of tobacco, 4711.
Well, all sorts of.
I used to like Red Door, but then it became so hard to find, and people wanted like hundreds of dollars for the stuff, and I'm like, I don't want it that bad.
So did you guys start streaming more because of COVID, or were you already doing it?
No, I introduced Pierre to the ability to stream, and it just took off.
I do a lot of YouTube videos about my artwork and about fountain pens and about just all sorts of stuff. And I do some side-by-side YouTubes with other pen people, just two of us talking. But a friend of mine, Russell, the artist that you saw anything, my jobs are almost nil. So I turn on the thing and I've got regular people that join in and they talk to each other. So I'm sort of hosting a cocktail party this way. And it sometimes has to do with pens. Other times it's just fun and games.
Yeah.
So I hope you can stop by again.
Yeah, we'll do.
I might turn off this because I now realize when I looked at my watch and everything, and I need to get some food in me. So I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. But Callum, I look forward to seeing your channel, and maybe you're visiting back here.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. Miss Marilyn Darling, always fun to see you.
It's fun to see you too. Cheers.
Oh my God, you're
5 o'clock
drinking
somewhere.
fancy. Damn you. I don't drink anymore, damn it, Callum.
Juice.
I drank everything that I should have drank. I drank already. I'm not allowed to have it anymore. But I enjoy watching other people drink. So be good.
All right.
Easy.
Bye-bye. See ya.